I want to go back to something you said there about the graph. You've mentioned a couple times the graph in your answers, and just there you said you applied for a grant and you're actually handing out grants. Can you give a little more detail on why you applied for a grant and what you're doing with that?
The reason why we originally applied for a grant is because when we started building SimpleFi, as I said, one of the biggest needs that we had in order to calculate your ROI, for example, is, and that was the starting point really when we started, we were really focusing on ROI. Obviously it's broadened since then, but we needed to index all of these positions in order to programmatically be able to tell you, just by plugging in your address, how much you've made from your investments and calculate that in different ways. So in order to do that, you need to look at the balance at every block of every account and every protocol, and then price that historically. So there were really two choices there. Is either we build our own indexing technology as a kind of a walled garden internally, and we get the data that way, or we try to use an open protocol like the graph. And really there is only the graph as a solution right now that gives you that level of flexibility that you need. There's obviously a lot of services that provide DeFi data or on-chain data and everything, but there's nothing that allows you to create a very consistent schema and map all of the protocols in a consistent way. So in our documentation, you can see, if you're interested in building your own subgraph, you'll see that we just have some very typical streamlined entities and fields that we need to index on every block. And then if we have that, you can automatically get indexed into our platform. So the data is there and people can start seeing their ROI and recommendations and things like that on the website. And I think that's one of the beautiful things about the graph. So when we were looking at it, we're like, well, we're building something that probably be quite helpful for other people because all the subgraphs are going to be open. So let's just apply for a grant and see if they'll help us out.